Did we get ready, everybody? Man, I hope so. It's time for a little chit-chat. For those that may need it, I'm gonna make a little bit of room inside my flask. See if it gets filled up after this chit-chat.
Our founding fathers here in this country brought about the only true revolution that has ever taken place in man's history. Every other revolution simply exchanged one set of rulers for another set of rulers. But only here did that little band of men so advance beyond their time that the world has never seen their like since, evolve the idea that you and I have within ourselves the God-given right and the ability to determine our own destiny. But freedom is never more than one generation away from extinction. We didn't pass it on to our children in the bloodstream. The only way they can inherit the freedom we have known is if we fight for it, protect it, defend it, and then hand it to them with the well-taught lessons of how they in their lifetime must do the same. And if you and I don't do this, then you and I may well spend our sunset years telling our children and our children's children what it once was like in America when men were free.
As far as I can tell, there is a direct correlation between the legislation against individual liberty as it directly relates to firearms and legislation that makes drug use not be criminalized at all. Now, bear with me as I'll also admit that there are a multitude of other variables that interconnect and that weave in. Like this whole thing called life is this crazy spider web, and you pull on one string and it sends shock waves in different ways throughout the rest of the web. And I can't sit here and tell you that these two are the only factors, they're the biggest factors, or that even that there is a causation between the two and what we see in our society around us. But looking back, for me it's easy to say like the back 20 years because I'm thinking back to 1980, but man, that's not true. We're getting old. But even legitimately just the past 20 years, there's a stark rise in legislation banning guns here in this state where we're at. Man, they're basically criminalizing any form of purchasing, using, carrying firearms, while at the same time, at the exact same day, they failed to do anything that would criminalize drug possession. What kind of drugs? Drugs. My wife jokes sometime that she wishes it was 1980 something. Sometimes I wish it was too. Of course, if it was, we wouldn't have this kind of dialogue and connection, but I tell you, the next few years are going to be absolutely crazy. And as far as I can tell, one of the worst things that I think this country could end up having is a rematch, if you will, for election for who's going to become president. Because I think no matter who loses, that side is going to absolutely lose their mind. And it's going to be redonkulous. So we need to continue to stay strong. We need to continue to stay safe and continue to master our craft. Let me know what you think down in the comments below, team. Team, if you want to master your craft and develop your tactical virtue, make sure you subscribe to the channel and click that notification bell so that you can stay up to date on future content. Consider becoming a channel member. It's going to give you exclusive access to content not available to anybody else. I appreciate you guys. Until then, you stay out there, you keep grinding, and you stay stoked.